by those in Abuja and their collaborators in Owerri, Umuahia, no, is it Aba, Oka, or Abakaliki, Abina Enugu. Those who are their local reps there, who are always beholden to Abuja, once they are no longer part of this contraption, they can deal with their problems. Sink or swim. They won't have to blame anybody anymore. That's legit. Do you understand? Peacefully. But the criminals, the owners of Nigeria, the rogues who want the rest of us to actually live, not live or exist and die just like a statistic, like a number. They want this contraption together, not for you and me, but for themselves. So they've waged enough financial, so they have enough financial war chest to push enough propaganda to make you hate the idea that centralized contraption has given everyone nothing, like in general, except for the minute, that microscopic few. They're not even up to 1% of the Nigeria's alleged population, right? But they are holding everyone down and telling everyone that no matter what you are going through right now, just endure. It's going to be better later. And if it's not better when you are still here or till you die, don't worry, maybe your children will be better. And you and I know it won't. Their actions and their everyday action has proven that there is no future for that contraption. There is no light at the end of any tunnel. Many of us have decided to skip, and we have managed to skip the line and check at the end of the tunnel. They don't steal the transformer, steal everything, the bulb, no light anywhere. The future they talk about of Nigeria is not for you, it's for their own children. And they are working so religiously in ensuring that they are looting the kind of money that their fourth, fifth, sixth generation, ordinarily, if they are prudent, will never finish. And then they are dipping millions and millions, tens of millions of children into a generational poverty. But they're telling you that it will be better. So we were all supposed to be actually fighting for what they are fighting for. But they have succeeded in building on how much they have divided everyone. So I don't know what party you belong to, and I don't really think it matters this time. But you see, there's one language about justice and injustice. Do you understand the two words, right? Justice and injustice. You see, justice and injustice, they are two words that are so powerful in the sense that depends on who you are applying it to. Now, justice and injustice are pretty much like neutral. Put it that way. Neutral in the sense that, as it is said, though, an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice elsewhere. Do you understand what that means, right? When you see injustice being done, not to you, but being done to people, and you ignore it, then such barbaric system, that impunity kind of a system, will grow. Guess what? Once it grows, it becomes a threat to the justice you are enjoying anywhere. Do you understand? Because someday, you are going to be, it's going to catch up with you too. And you are going to realize that, oh, hang on, I never thought I would ever become one of the people that this injustice will happen to. That is why they said injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Any means just one, no. Injustice anywhere, one. Singular, any, one. I can use that, right? But a threat to injustice everywhere, that is going to be like one after the other. It may not happen at once, but it is going to be turn by turn, Nigeria Limited. Why am I preaching this to you? An innocent man has been locked up, persecuted, tortured, abducted, locked in solitary confinement. He has been mentally tortured. He has been denied his medication. He has been denied access to medical, doctor. He has been denied access to practice his faith, his own faith. All for what? For saying, give the Biafrans the chance to decide if they still want to be part of Nigeria or not. And they succeeded in building a sizable amount of despisers, enemies, voluntary enemies that will just tell you that I just hate him. Well, you are watching injustice unfold. They abducted Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. They didn't go through the legal process of saying somebody has committed a crime, we need to extradite him, blah, 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 and all that. They violated all of that, as lawless as they were, still are. They abducted him, drugged him, tortured him, and took him to Nigeria. In their own court, where you will think, this must be the most dangerous man in the world. They celebrated it in the contraption, a pure distraction from their already established failure. Bokwari and his gang. Then you will think, oh yeah, finally, he will face justice. He will now face justice. Again, you watched them when their own court said the process was totally wrong. If you say I've done something wrong, then you are going to prosecute me with your law. At least show some respect and respect that's your law. But they don't have respect for it. They don't have respect for the judiciary. Bokwari, the now dead Bokwari, disobeyed the court judgment, and they continued to lock him up to the Supreme Court. They compromised the judiciary. They compromised Supreme Court of Injustice of that contraption. Came out and said, oh, it was wrong the way they treated him. They shouldn't have attempted to kill him. And the withdrawal or the revocation of his bail was wrong. And if he didn't manage to escape from the assassin, the military they sent to kill him, he will be dead by now, and there will be no case again. So you were wrong. So what should the Supreme Court do? No be the final court be that. Let him go. No. Compromised and corrupt. They said they should go and start the trial again. Somebody said they have an audio issue. Please let me know if no, you should check your device. The audio is very perfect. So they've started the retrial. They were presenting the same nonsense, forgetting the fact that Nnamdi Kanu actually has no case. Listen, no matter how you feel about him, that's not how the law works. If they actually have law, they kidnapped so many IPOB members and even non-IPOB members. They locked them up, tortured them, denied them court appearances. They were pardoning and giving billions to Fulani terrorists that are kidnapping, killing, and the rest of that on the side. Anyway, that is not Nnamdi Kanu's argument in their court. The thing is, if you want to fight me with your law, respect your law. Right? Anyway, the retrial started. And in the middle of that, even the court had to say all the evidence they presented, including the broadcast of Nnamdi Kanu that they cut out as evidence, none of them is admissible. None. But that doesn't mean that maybe the court will then say, since they are not admissible, then let him go. Nnamdi Kanu is not putting up any other defense than to tell them that I do not have any case to answer in your court. That's one kind of audacious move, by the way. So today, the 18th of July, he appeared in their court in what was supposed to be the beginning of his defense after weeks of their Dr. Stupid service witnesses being presented. And his defense is, I've got no case here. In court earlier this morning, Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu, or Oyendu, which simply means a leader. Oyendu, IPOB, meaning the leader of the IPOB today.
Hey, Prince. We can't see the face, so.
I do police Onyendu. Your faith has been blessed.
Prince, come up, make a call.
Okay. Okay.
Get it.
Go ahead. You get us.
Sorry.
I love you, brother. Okay.
See a picture I wear.
No.
He said,
Okay.
So why am I here? I'm not supposed to be here. Nigeria should be paying reparation or so, which is like compensation to him. And I have no amount of compensation paid to him, whoever equal the kind of inhumane treatment they've actually meted at him. Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu. Their court adjourned till October to make its ruling. So here is the aftermath of the court hearing today.
Hearing has just been concluded. As you already know, my name is Aloy Imako. I'm addressing you from the steps of the Federal High Court in Abuja. We do have an embargo on addressing the press, but not on giving an update. So I'm here to give an update within the framework and within the restrictions placed by the court in addressing the press. With me here are some of our brothers from the United States who came into Abuja 2 days ago to observe these proceedings and show or demonstrate their solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Ndibayi Nime. On my left here is Dr. Sylvester Onya, who is the president of the Association of American Veterans of People Descent in America. Beside him and behind me is Dr. Chukwemeka, the secretary of AVI for short. And on my left is Dr. Uzo, Eri Uzo. He's a ranking member of AVI, the American Military Veterans of People Descent. They have shown support. Their presence in Abuja underscores the support they have shown to Onyendu since the rendition in 2021. And the support has been very consistent and really very significant and highly helpful. With me here as well, on my right, far right, is Honorable Obi Nigeria, the former member of the State National Assembly, whose presence and support around us has also been very significant. And to my left is on Justice Ibama. What is Justice Ibama? Yes. Yes. He's a very good friend of ours and a good friend of Onyendu. As a matter of fact, he's going to be meeting with Onyendu later today.
I'm nominated to the of council.
Yes. A ranking evil man who is very patriotic to the core. And we have everyone, our friend from Ikoyi.
No. For Warri,
Warri,
Ikoyi
sounds very good.
Mention everyone from the coastal
And of course, we have Bogus, we have Chiemenye, we have all our brothers here that I can't mention, my sisters. Please, what happened is this. Today, we made a no-case submission. The meaning of no-case submission is that the trial or the case or witnesses and evidence presented by the prosecution since this trial commenced in March this year did not rise to the level of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stepping into the dock to enter his defense. We did that in writing, and we also supported it with a verbal presentation today. And the government made a counter presentation as well. Today, unfortunately, happened to be the last day of the sitting of the judge handling this case before he crosses on vacation for 2 months. So the case has been set down for ruling on the no-case submission for October the 10th. If the ruling goes in our favor, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will stand discharged without conviction. If it doesn't mean he has been convicted, but he will be called upon to enter his own defense. And that is when you are going to see the defense we are going to enter, if at all necessary. We have not entered our defense since the beginning of this case because the procedure has not come to that point. And we pray and hope that it will never do. That on the 10th, the matter will be over. But if perchance it doesn't, we are ready to proceed on the floor of one to do so. Thank
Onye du aịkọ, o meriwo n'izu, onye ya abakarị, mama dawụra, ụlọ pụrụ imeri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Ụlọ pụrụ imeri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Na Python dance 3. Una pụghị imeri Nnamdi bụ onye du aịkọ, o meriwo n'izu ndị iro ya abakarị, mama ndawụra, una pụghị imeri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una pụghị imeri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una pụghị imeri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una pụghị imeri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una pụghị imeri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una pụghị imeri Nnamdi.
And for the record, for clarity, Python dance 1, Python dance 2, and Python dance 3. Inopu Neru Nnamdi. Now what that simply means is that, you see, pythons don't dance. Bokwari sent murderous soldiers from outside the eastern part of Nigeria to the eastern part of Nigeria to start killing people. And it is named Operation Python Dance. Armless youth were shot at in broad daylight. They were soaked in the mud, humiliated, and then killed. Lekki massacre is something that came later, yeah? They've been practicing killing, slow systemic killings of Nigerians from Zaria to Enugu, to Abia, to all these places. All they needed was just a tag. Just a tag. And send the pythons to go and dance. In the eastern part of Nigeria, they have Operation Python Dance. In the western part of Nigeria, they had Operation Crocodile Smile. But in northern part of Nigeria, Operation Lafia Dole, where they are applying what they called non-kinetic in battling terrorists. But in western part of Nigeria, crocodile was smiling. Have you ever seen a smiling crocodile?